Hello everyone, Civ Extraordinaire here, and unfortunately I am just realizing 10 minutes into my last recording, I did not unmute myself, so I was literally wasting time for 10 minutes, being muted and not speaking whatsoever, or I was speaking but it wasn't recording my lines. So thankfully I caught that and went back, and now we're here with the mic turned back on, but unfortunately I lost like 10 minutes of dialogue. But that's perfectly fine. I'm a bit more practiced now, so hopefully this should be a smoother transition into the episode. Anyhow, I just wanted to do a quick recap like I did in my last, I guess you could say pre-recording. Basically, we went ahead and conquered the capital of Hattusa and forced the Huns, our enemy, in the last episode where we were waging war against them, to surrender. So I think we're going to move our Shodalai and cavalry band of units, this little army we have here of ragtag units, to move back here. And just a quick refresher, we also created the city of Adulis, and I think we were continuing to grow Aksum, but we should transition to a new culture in a few turns here, preferably the Franks just because of their really good bonuses and the Scriptorium, which should come into play here and here with extra science yields and whatnot. But I think we're pretty good here. We have some Olmec heads we placed down last episode if you guys are just tuning in. This is like the 4th or 5th episode. And I'm not really numbering because this isn't a formal Let's Play. But I think we should go ahead and get an obelisk right here, just to make use of our gold and district infrastructure already here. And I think also because we're transitioning to a new culture in a few turns. So that should prove useful. And then the city of Leventa is our second most populous city, sitting at 6 population. And I think we already have a merchant or an obelisk quarter, so let's go ahead and get an aqueduct since we're pretty low on stability. And then I think we want some kind of water mill just for the extra industry, if we can get it right there. Now in Aksum, I believe we should get some kind of farmer's quarter just to get us to bountiful for the Franks bonus, which is like plus 100% population growth, which should help funnel into the early modern era culture that we're eventually going to get if we make it to it before we hit the 150 turn mark. But I think we will make it there. But anyway, before I blather on too much, let's go ahead and place that farmer's quarter. We'll buy it out thanks to our ability from the merchant culture. And then we will, I think, get some kind of industry quarter. Let's just see right here. That's actually fairly good. Let's get another merchant quarter right there. And then we'll end our turn. So yeah, unfortunately, we lost a bit of our recording, so I'm a bit more practiced now, but for the last 2 days, I've kind of been not doing Humankind content, so I'm glad to get back into the rhythm of things. Today, the day I'm recording this Saturday, I believe I released a Humankind, or Civ 6 December patch notes update, so you guys can always feel free to check that out. We're the watch. But I think going forward for the next week, after we finish this, we're going to continue on with the goal series that you guys voted for. And then I'm not too sure where we will go after that. I've been considering playing Anno 1800 since it is on sale. But if you guys don't want to see that, let me know in the comments. If you do, please let me know as well. But I think in Adulis, we want to maybe just build some infrastructure here. We are plentiful, so we don't have any river. That's kind of the problem. I don't think we do. Actually, we do right here. We have 2 little river tiles. Let's just go ahead and get a granary. Okay, and then we can already enter a new era. I was telling you guys it was coming up close. But they've even redone. They went ahead and redone some of these culture cards, like the English one. It looks really good. And then they have the Kume, which I made note of in the last recording. The beret is super powerful, plus 2 food, plus 2 industry, plus 2 money, and plus 2 science per river tile. Which means that if you have river tiles like... where's a good example? If you have river tiles like right here, I know this is a water tile, but if you had a land tile right here, you could potentially get like plus 10 science, plus 10 food, plus 10 industry. So that is definitely going to be hit with the nerf hammer. I've already seen people doing exploits with it. And with the Harappans, if you can maximize their ability, where you can basically create artificial rivers, you could say, like, put a river right here, and then you could, like, be guaranteed to get plus 10 science yield per tile, like, every time, which can be pretty insane. Now, you will have to manage your stability, but, again, that can be pretty ridiculous. Alright, and we have another civilization, it looks like. Okay, and it looks like he's... I almost freaked out because it looked like he was dressed in the Frank's outfit. But it looks like he's all the way back as Babylonians. I don't know if he transcended or not, but we will introduce ourselves. Okay, and he wants a non-aggression pact. I'm fine with that. We're pretty far away, but I'm kind of freaked out. Let's go ahead and transcend. Here's the Byzantines. They're like the next merchant successor culture, right after the Axumites. And there's a few pretty powerful quarters here. But let's briefly go over the Franks' abilities here. As you can see, the Franks outfit right here, we have the little golden belt or whatever that's called. I'm not too sure. In this pretty dress. But we have the Scriptorium, which is plus 2 science, and then plus 4 science, which is going to be useful per adjacent religious district. And I think that counts for Stonehenge as well. So we could potentially have, like, what, plus 12 science? So that'll be very powerful. But what's really, really good is the additional population growth on cities and outposts for the Crownlands ability. And then the Francine Millites, to top things off, are also very powerful, at least from what I've heard in the Discord. So let's go ahead and confirm ourselves as the Franks. It's going to be a few turns before we progress to the next era. But I just want to lock that in. And then I think we can get foreign outposts just to get a new city up.
Wisdom and technical innovation from earlier eras bring humankind new knowledge, and we immediately use it to find new ways to kill each other off. Greater empires build more powerful armies, but brute strength may be defeated by superior innovations. It is brains versus brawn, with ever richer cities as tempting spoils for the victor.
Alright, and we are in the medieval era. I love how sadistic the narrator is. But we've transcended to the Franks, as you can see by our emblem. So our Crownlands ability should immediately be taking effect. Let's just go to the Empire screen. Here we are. So we've already started going towards our Expansionist bonus. And several other bonuses. I don't think we were too good of merchants because we didn't have an insane gold output. I've seen some people max it to like 10k gold per turn, but we are on our way, and we managed to put some Axumite pillars down as well. So I think with that in mind, we can try taking advantage of the Scriptorum. Okay, let's just see here. I wanted to do a bit of a display. It looks like we just finished on time, but we can get up to plus 12 here. And it looks like plus 12 here as well, or plus 11. And that's pretty powerful. So I'm going to go ahead and build the Scriptorum and buy it out. I think we have enough stability in here. In this capital, we do, at plus 100%. So let's go ahead and buy the Scriptorum out, just for the extra science. You can see we're at 95, which is really, really good. And then I think we also want to... What is this? Plus 44 food. That is ridiculous. We wanted to build a Scriptorum in another place that we had a religious site. This might be the only place we have a holy site. But just keep in mind, I think we need to go ahead and build some more Scriptorums just to make use of that science ability, which is very helpful. Alright, now that we're in the medieval era, not only has our architecture changed a bit, but I think we have access to the Commons Quarter now, which should really help with improving our stability. We don't need it as much in this city, but it will be useful in some other cities, so I just wanted to take a look and see how big our city's gotten right there. But I think we might actually go ahead and rush another Scriptorum, just to see how well we're doing here. So I think we'll take the plus 11 science here. and go ahead and work on that scriptorium right there. But once we get the administrator out for the new tech, I think we will go ahead and build this city right here for the Frankish outpost, which should be our first Frankish city. Then let's go ahead and get the fishery here, and I think we already have the watermill. Right. Okay, I think we do have the watermill. Then let's get the school just for the extra science, which should help eventually with the scriptorium, if we get one. And if we manage to build a holy site in the city as well. I think we need another slot or to upgrade our religion for that. But let's see if we can get a commons quarter here. Are we low on stability? No, we're not. We're fine for stability. I think we'll get that a bit later when we build more districts. But we can build this research quarter here and take advantage of the extra science. In place of the scriptorium, since we don't really have a holy site in the territory of Aksum. And then, of course, we have Adulis over here. I think we'll continue building more improvements. I don't know if a quarter will be too useful yet. Yeah, we're only getting like +2 food, so it shouldn't be too good. Actually, I take that back. We have +8 food over here, so that should be fairly useful. And we're expanding our influence, of course. Buy this harbor tile, but I think we'll go with flood irrigation just to make use of some of the river tiles over here. And then we have, actually, great on the timing, we have another faith upgrade. So we had we went with a science tenant last time. Oops, I'm scrolling a bit too quickly. There it is. Be in harmony with nature, which is +10 science on territories under a religious influence, or your religion's influence. But here we are. I think we'll get something different. We have food bonuses already, and we have science bonuses. But maybe we get some influence, maybe we get some industry. I'm not too sure. We already have a lot of money, too. So I think we'll get the stability bonus. But we do have the common quarter. Let's get the industry bonus just for some of our weaker territories. Okay. So we have be in harmony with nature so far, and then reject luxuries. So we're like some kind of eco-communist religion. I'm not too sure where we are on the spectrum. But our faith is still very, very dominant. Alright, and now we have foreign outposts, so let's go ahead, let's not screw around and upgrade this to a city. If we can, click on it. We'll go ahead and buy that out. And then our administrator, thankfully, is automatically assigned. So for those who haven't already seen the Frankish mansion or whatever it's called, here it is, the city of Parisius, which I believe is modern-day Paris. And I think we have a new slot for a holy site as well. Alright, now that we have our outpost here turned into a city, let's go ahead and get a farmer's quarter. I think it'd be a bit more productive to grow towards these tiles, as these tiles house a wonder, so growing towards them wouldn't be too beneficial, at least in my view. I think we'll actually build it out just to help encourage that plentiful bonus, and then we can leave it alone for the next part. But let's go ahead and get this artisan's quarter here for that gold and for the luxury. I think we'll also buy this out. There we go. Just to exploit that tile. I think in addition, let's also... Okay, that maker's quarter would be fairly useful. Useless, I should say. Maybe we can continue and get another useful farmer's quarter here. Or we could try to get some kind of harbor. Okay, I think this would be... We even get some science here. It must be near some reef. But let's get a harbor here, and then we will not buy that out. We'll just leave that to Parisius to hard build that. Okay, and then let's get back to the capital of San Lorenzo. We went ahead and built another scriptorium. We're at 124 science, which is very, very impressive. And we are growing even faster thanks to our bonus. We're at like 12. I think we started the episode at 8 population. So that Crown Lands bonus from the Franks is really helping. I think we'll even take the opportunity to build another holy site here. I think that would be a good idea. So let's just go ahead and build that holy site there. And we'll hard build that as well, because I don't want to sacrifice like half of my city to the gods. But I think we can afford a commons. Actually, we don't need to build a commons quarter. What am I saying? We are at full stability, but let's go ahead and get stoneworks here, and then that should be good. Okay, we have a new event, a blossoming of beliefs. Religious feeling is strong across the empire, but that is not preventing discord from emerging from among the faithful. Great cities are finding themselves under the sway of diverse religious leaders who each see the standard creed with different eyes. New religious orders are emerging every year, and their influence is growing. What should you do with these groups? Alright, so I think this is a result of having religious control over an entire continent. But since we are like the world leader of this religion, I think we should go ahead and kind of lead it. Just as a good idea to kind of get that under control. And it just makes sense for empire since it's a bit more authoritarian, I believe. But where are we going? Okay, I think we were in the... okay, actually I'm looking at the wrong queue. I think we wanted something like feudalism. And we even have a colony model, which could be interesting. Since you're creating cities with pre-built infrastructure. So I think... yes. Okay, let's go ahead and get this feudalism, just because we want to help bolster our cities even further by starting with pre-built industry. And then we can end our turn here. Alright, we've got a few more pop-ups. It looks like Aksum has been very productive, and let's just get a river, or granary, and then I think an artificial reservoir, just to further boost that growth. We've also been growing a ton in Aksum. We are up to, what, 8 population? That is a huge amount. I think we started the episode at 4. So this Crownlands ability is just super, super powerful. Especially when you consider that we're able to work more tiles, I believe. And that's just super, super powerful. So let's get some more infrastructure. We've kind of been lacking on infrastructure throughout the Let's Play. So I think we'll get like a customs farm and then some kind of science, or the House of Scribes, and that should be fairly helpful. Alright. Okay, I think we're at 100% stability still, even with the farming districts. And we are in an abundance, so we should be growing a lot. We're already at 6 population, even though we just founded this city. We had like 1 population last episode, so we're really chugging along. But let's get a maker's quarter here. I think we're still lacking on production. Yeah, let's get it right here in the stone fields, or whatever they're called. Right, they're stone fields, actually. I got that right the first time. And that should be fine. Alright, and we got feudalism. We're really racing ahead on research thanks to our scriptorium, which is super, super powerful. And it synergizes really well with the Franks. That's kind of what I really like about the Franks, is that they excel in a lot of areas, in population, in growing a lot, and then in kind of just dominating your opponents. Speaking of which, I think we should probably upgrade our cavalry soon. And we also have Seafaring Mastery, which is fairly interesting. We could get a Hamlet as well. Okay, let's get Chivalry since we have our Francimalites. And so I think it would be a good idea just to have them in our arsenal. But let's get a few more improvements here. The barracks and the watchtower, namely for defense. And then the city watch. Okay, it looks like we have a battle going on. What's going on here? Okay, it looks like an independent army is fighting us. Let me just close this window and see what's going on here. Okay, so since they didn't colonize this area, the Harappans, it looks like we have the Cherites who are just frolicking around here. So I think we will retreat, just so we don't get into too big of a skirmish. Actually, that was the Harappans who were fighting us. That has been a bit unfortunate, but we will progress anyway. All right, and there's their capital. Okay, it looks like independent people are still messing around, so they should be a bit hostile towards us. Uh, Anyhow, we have a lot of production in San Lorenzo, and we have a huge amount of production on our holy site there. I think we even further boosted our scriptorium, but let's just take advantage of that and go build another one right there. And we can go ahead and rush that. They're getting fairly expensive though, since we've built so many. We've built like 3 in the city now. So I think we'll keep that in mind, but we're still at like 154 science, so that's just a lot of science. But let's go ahead and get a... Are we even low here? No, we're fine on stability, actually. We've hit the cap. But let's get another industrial quarter just to speed up production. We can buy that out. There we go. And our city is looking very good right now. So, I don't think we need to help with the agrarian side of things here. So I think we can shift back to improvements. And I think... Do we have any forest here? Not really. Alright, so for specific improvements, I think we can try to go with just some brief defense like we did within La Venta. And go with some watchtowers, some city guards, and the barracks. Some palisades as well, just for our early walls. And then we've really been buying out everything in San Lorenzo, our capital. So I don't know what we want to do here. We're still 100% on influence, or stability, so we're not really suffering anything too major here, just in terms of like amenities. So I'm not too sure where we want to go with this. Alright, we have our Maker's Quarter there. I guess we can get one of those up just to speed rush our production. Alright, and we have a new notification as well, Chivalry. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and try to upgrade some of these units if we have enough money. To the Francimalites. Okay, I think we can upgrade here. No, we need horses, I think, more horses. Or is that iron? I think we need iron for that. I think we have 1 iron, I'm not too sure. What is this right here? That's our city. Oops. I think we have 1 source of iron, I'm not too sure on that. They have some iron over here. But, okay, we have 1 source of iron, we need 2. So we can try to trade with the AI. I think the Mauryans have some iron. And he's a bit standoffish here. Okwaho, I believe he's called. But let's see if we can try to trade with him. Can we buy this? Okay. Apparently we do not allow trade, so let's just go ahead and try to open an avenue. Okay, we have an ongoing demand, actually. Okay. Looks like their war desire is actually pretty high. What are their demands? They want us to surrender and give La Venta. I'm going to refuse those demands.
You must be out of your mind.
Oh, and
No
he went ahead and
chance.
declared war.
Enough of this
Okay,
rot.
that's great. That just quickly spiraled out of control. Well, can we trade you for anything? The Huns here. Okay, and I don't think they're too... Okay, their war desire isn't actually that high. But I don't think they have anything worth trading. Maybe we can go to the Harappans and see if they want anything. We're kind of fighting in their territory. And I think they're fighting the Mauryans. So let me just go over here. Oops. Okay, I think they're the Celts now. I apologize. But they're at peace with us. Apparently, their ally was the Mauryans. Okay, let's see if we can buy some iron. Okay, I can't afford to buy a trade license. Okay, I guess I'm really poor, even though I have 313 gold. Okay, well, maybe the Babylonians want to trade? Or the Goths. They're the Goths now, I guess. Alright, but I don't think we can even bother to trade. Okay, well that's kind of shitty. Anyway, let's just go ahead and move our little army over here. And just prepare for any battle. We're fairly fast, so we should be able to do that at a speedy time. But I think we're... Okay, we've maxed out our army composition. So I think we're just fine with that. But we can build a hamlet here. Though I'm not too sure it would be too good. Actually, I take that back. We have a really good hamlet here. So let's go ahead and get that. I think it's like a little outpost in of itself. And we can build a hamlet here as well. Alright, I'll take that. Very useful. And I think I'll just keep these cities on standby for production. Okay, and we have a new civic as well. Okay, speaking of which, now that we're in the civics menu, we can try to advance some of these topics. Okay, let's see here. Religious tolerance. Interesting. Alright, and we have army composition as well. Since we're in the middle of a war, this is a bit convenient. Let's go ahead and get the +1 combat strength. And we have more civic points, one more. Let's get the +5 influence on our main plaza. We have a lot of faith from the Olmec heads. Okay, and we are fairly stable, so that is a very good thing. Alright. Okay, a siege tactic bonus might be good because we might be getting a bit of a scrapple. Scrapple, I don't know if that's a word. A bit of a fight with the Mauryans coming up here. So let's just keep moving our units here. Okay, and then I think we can try to retreat. Just get out of that territory, buddy. Alright. I'm hoping the Harappans or the Celts don't join a war against us. But they might. I'm not too sure here. Alright, and man, our La Venta is 15 pops. That is a lot. And San Lorenzo is 17. So we can, I think, afford to build a second army here. Just looking at the state of things. I might want to wait until we get a few more horses. Because we need 2 iron for that Franci Millite. So I hope we have enough money right now to trade with the Celts for the iron. Let's just see here. Okay, we do. Let's go ahead and try to buy some of that iron. And it's 343 for 1 iron. So that is fairly interesting, actually. But basically, we're establishing a trade route by buying this iron. And I guess we're paying to build a road to that specific extractor for our empire. So I don't know if that's cost scales or whatnot. But we went ahead and purchased that. And I think we have a limited time window to use that. So once we're done with that little hamlet over here, where's our fancy millite? There it is. Let's go ahead and get a millite. Okay. And then, are you doing anything here? Okay, once you're done with that, go ahead and get another millite here. I think we'll go ahead and buy that out, and then you can build that in 5 turns. Alright, and then you go ahead and get a millite here. Alright. And I think we can even get one here, too. Alright, we have a huge population pool to draw from. Okay, that will take 8 turns, and you don't really have that much production, so I think we'll go back to San Lorenzo for our next Millite. Alright, and now we also have war summons. So I think we'll probably add the crossbowmen to our horse army. We'll buy this out. Go ahead and do that. Okay. And then let's go scroll down and get a crossbowman. Alright, just so we're not entirely horses and completely countered by anti-cav. And I think we'll also go ahead and upgrade you. Alright, we need more gold for that. I take that back. Alright, we have a new event, a watery grave. The great coastal city of Parisius sends fishing crews far up and down the surrounding coastline. Now, one of the new crews has made a startling discovery, wreckage of an ancient galley lying well preserved in shallow waters. After brief scouting, an experienced diver offers to explore with their gang, and promises a fixed payoff for the Empire. They warn that the expedition isn't for the inexperienced. What is your choice? Alright, this is fairly interesting. I say fairly interesting a lot. I'm going to have to spice up my vocab. But we don't really need the faith. Okay. And the military can explore. But I kind of want to take the mobilize option just because it looks more interesting. And I don't really need the flat out gold because I have a ton produced by our obelisks. So there's that. But I think we'll get the, what is this? The theater, I think it's called, research, because we've kind of been putting that off for a while. And I know that can lead to more interesting, or the rhetoric research, that can lead to more interesting tech options later down the line. But do we have enough money to upgrade? I don't think we do. I think it's 500. We're going to have to wait like one more turn. But we'll keep that little horse army on standby and wait for Adulis to finish up here. If I can click on it. Alright. And Laventa has already finished with their Milites, which is great. So we'll send you over here. It'll take a few turns to do that. And then we'll wait for Adulis to finish up. In the meantime, you can go over here and protect Aksum. Alright. And I think you should be fairly safe here, just guarding the city. You should be more than enough. But I think I'm going to call this an episode for today. My voice has kind of been dry after that previous recording. But if you want to support the channel, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you have not done so already. And make sure to stay active for more content. Next episode, we should be getting into a battle with the Mauryans, if they haven't translated into the next culture already. And just to see what they're capable of. I think they even have a unique elephant unit, so that should be interesting. But again, hit the notification bell if you haven't already, and stay tuned for tomorrow's episode, which should be releasing on Monday, I believe, since I'm recording this on Saturday. Actually, I take that back. It should be releasing on Sunday. But anyway, thank you guys again for watching. Stay safe. This has been Civ Extraordinaire. And I hope to see you guys next episode. Alright, see you guys.